everyone, it's Jack here again. Now, today's video is going to be pretty short. It's not going to be too lengthy because the thing that I'm explaining isn't going to take really that long to explain. But the main thing that I want to talk to you guys about today is building a brand, and that especially comes down to when you're trying to sell on Amazon Australia. Main question I get asked is obviously, Jack, the sales aren't really there when I check the numbers out on eGrow. Which, if you don't know what eGrow is, it's a software that's similar to Jungle Scout, a lot cheaper, and it works for the Aussie market. Link's going to be down below for that one if you want to check that out. But I say, Jack, I've checked out the numbers in eGrow. It's the sales aren't really there, and I just don't know if it's worth selling on the Aussie market. Sorry. So the first thing that I really want to reiterate to you guys, and what I've told some of my students, or most of my students that want to sell in the Aussie market, is you need to build a brand, and I'm going to show you guys what I basically mean by that. So I've got two examples here. One's going to be gaming headsets, the other one's going to be running shoes. So when it comes to just claiming customers and gaining their trust and getting sales traction and really building your brand out so you can build that sales velocity, the first thing that comes to mind for me anyway is what's going to be the best product? What's going to be the best quality product for sort of the best price, that I can buy it? It really, this comes down to any type of product. When you go out, if you're going and buying it physically at the shops, or if you're going and buying online, what are the things that you look for personally, and what are the things that other people look for? I know for me, I'm going to look for something that's more trust safe. I come to, if I'm looking for, say, a gaming headset like this, what I'm looking for is something that doesn't look cheap, something that is going to suit my budget. It doesn't look cheap, obviously isn't going to be too expensive, but is also going to be a high quality sort of product as well. And then for me, when I look at this and I look at the different types of headsets, I'm coming down here, I don't know who Sardes is, or I don't know who Bluefire is, I don't know who Allegiant is. When I start coming into headsets like this, I know Turtle Beach when it comes to headsets, and I don't know Bluefire, I know Corsair, I know HyperX. If you're into gaming, you'd know these as well. I know Razer. A lot of people know Razer, and the only reason you know Razer is because they're such a big brand. You know their names. Other people have been talking about them. You've either heard good or bad things from them. I know for me, I've bought a lot of Razer stuff in the past. I know that Razer's a good brand. This is basically going to be one of the better contenders. $158 is a fairly decent price for a very good gaming headset. I'm more than likely going to go for $158 for this Razer headset with the free delivery, rather than this Deezer 100. Not only does it look more appealing to me, it doesn't look as tacky, but I know the brand. The main thing is I know the brand, and I'm going to most likely buy from that brand, rather than these third-party brands. Even ones like Plantronics, I know them as well, but rather than these third-party brands that you just don't really know, you're going to have more trust. Me as a consumer, as a customer that's in the market for a headset like this, I'm going to be looking for a brand that I trust more than likely, unless that I know from someone else that it's a good product, and I know that I'm not going to be wasting my money or my time and money. Even if I get a refund, it's going to be wasting my time. So I know that it's going to be a good quality product. That's why I'm more than likely going to go from something from Razer or Logitech or HyperX, or just Turtle Beach, just a brand that I know and trust. So that's one example. Now another example, let's just say you were in the market for some running shoes. First off the top of your head, you're gonna know brands like Nike, you're gonna know brands like New Balance as well, Asics as well. So really, when you're looking for a shoe, obviously you don't want to spend too much on shoes unless you don't care, your budget just blown out of the water. But let's just say you had a maximum of $200, just to say that. Now these ones, there's obviously different types, different sizes, different stylish shoes. That's why it's got $97 to $560 here. But let's just say around the $150 mark or $200 mark, you start looking at things like these. Obviously, Nike's been around for so long, so many people trust that brand. You're more than likely going to go for a shoe that's done by Nike or New Balance, even Under Armour if you're into Under Armour stuff. Now, a lot of these don't have. I'm going to go to page 3. Let's see if there's some more third party. So ones like these, Ginjang. I don't know Ginjang. I don't know if Ginjang is a trusted brand. I don't know if it's an actual brand that's in physical stores. But me looking at that, a $30 shoe, sure, it might look like a good shoe, and sure, it may be a good shoe for $30, but I'm not going to waste my time trying to just put my trust into a brand that I don't know. I would rather spend $100, $150 on a good shoe that I know is going to last me from a trusted brand. So when it comes down to it, and the answer to the question of how am I going to get sales on Amazon Australia, the first thing that I need to tell you guys, and pretty much the only thing I need to tell you guys, apart from doing your listing, apart from getting a good product, apart from making it look nice, is you need to build a brand. You need to build a brand around a niche. You need to build a brand around a certain product first for your first product. That means you need social proof. So that means you're going to need to do a Facebook page. That means you may need to do an Instagram page. And then, from there, you need to grow it. You need to start getting your sales velocity up. You need to start, getting good feedback from your customers. And then from there, it's just going to be word of mouth. So obviously, you're not going to start getting sales like Nike and like Logitech and whatnot. But it's the way that you do this. And especially when it comes to Amazon Australia, you need, Australians, more than Americans, from what I've found, Australians are really heavily based on word of mouth when it comes to buying stuff, and really heavily based on buying things from brands that they trust. And that's really how you're going to dominate this market. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say to you guys today, is just my answer to how you're going to get sales on Amazon Australia. It's a bit of a lengthier process. In my opinion, you can make money fairly quickly. I'm saying in like a few months time from launching your product, you can start getting some decent money, especially in the Christmas period here. But if you want to start selling on the Aussie market, what you need to do is build a brand, and you got to find your product, and you have to start focusing on dominating a certain niche, and then from there you can expand out and really grow your brand. But the power of a brand is the thing that I really want to drill into you guys in this video. It is the most important thing when it comes to selling on Amazon, especially in Amazon Australia. It's really one big thing that I found with the Aussie customers and the Aussie customer base here. They really are heavily reliant on brands. So if you're wondering how you're going to start selling on Amazon Australia, obviously you can start selling on Amazon Australia. If you haven't seen the interview with one of my more successful students, his name is Albas, go and check that video out. It's a really interesting video. It really puts things into perspective for a lot of people. And it's really good to hear from someone else rather than me. So go and check that out. But once again, if you guys are looking to sell on Amazon Australia, I would really recommend that as opposed to selling on the US market, because it's not as competitive, but it also gives you an opportunity to really build a brand and just grow that sales velocity over time. Because I'm telling you right now, in the years to come, it's going to only get harder to start selling on the Aussie market, because it's going to get flooded with a lot more sellers, and not sellers from Australia. It's going to be people from the US, people from China, and people from the UK, and all these people are going to be flooding onto the Aussie market. So really, if you're in Australia and you've got a big advantage right now, get into the Aussie market, grow that brand. That's the main thing. Grow a brand. That is pretty much all I have for you today, guys. If you have any questions about this brand building stuff, go and check. Like I said, go and check out that interview. Albas talks about growing his brand, and he's got it on Facebook. He only runs $1 to $3 a day Facebook ads. He's making anywhere from $400 or $500 profit weekly, and that's on Amazon Australia. So really, the power of building a brand is what helped him get to that point, and it's only growing over Christmas. So I'm really excited for him. But if you have any other questions, message me on Facebook, message me on YouTube, or through Instagram, or wherever you want in the Facebook group, which is everything's going to be linked down below. If you want to learn more about selling on Amazon, I'm currently working on an update for my current Amazon course. If you don't know, I do have a course that's been out for quite some time now. You can check that one out down below. I've got a lot of happy students in there as well. But if you have any questions about that, even just make sure to message me. So apart from that, guys, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Like I said, it's going to be a bit of a shorter video today, but I just want to really drill into you guys that building a brand is one of the most powerful tools that when it comes to online selling, e-commerce world, branding, whether that's personal branding or creating your own brand. Branding is just the most powerful thing you can do. Think of anything that you've bought in the last few months. Majority of that's going to come from branding, because it's something that you can trust. It's something that's high quality. It's something that isn't going to fail you. So yeah, once again, that's all I have to say to you guys. Just keep reiterating it. Is just always think in your mind, I need to build a brand. I need to build a brand. I need to build a brand. So that's all I have for you. Okay, I'm going to log off on this video, but rewatch this again and just just go over it and just make sure, just write it somewhere. Just write it somewhere, because it's the biggest thing that I have for you guys. Alright, that is the end of this video. I know I keep, it's just getting to the point where I'm just dragging on, but that is all I have for you today, guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and make sure to subscribe and like this video if you guys enjoyed it. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.